The series opens with a pleasant morning as our main protagonist wakes up to begin his day. He acquires his broom and starts sweeping the chicken den. He introduces himself as JjangChan, a disciple at High Heaven Pavilion, seems enthusiastic, at first as he is training for over 3 years under the pavilion and has only reached the tempered body 3rd stage. But reality hits him as he grovels on the ground, mentioning that 3 years of training for a 3rd stage 3rd body is worthless even for a beginner. After accepting that he is a loser, he proclaims that all of his brother disciples were accepted a long time ago and have been sent to many sects, leaving only JjangChan to accept the cleaning job and continue his training. JjangChan explains that the High Heaven Pavilion is a special temple, mainly because of their intense competitions with the disciples. Here, only the most powerful can advance and proclaim their titles as the most powerful. Here in the pavilion, there is no room for friendship, only bloodlust. At the High Pavilion, there is a rule that all disciples at the age of 14 or under, regardless of their backgrounds, will be taken under to train for a probation period for 3 years. At that time, all the disciples will be sponsored by the sect, so they can receive all the necessary stuff to train. If you can break through the tempered body stage within 3 years, you will be accepted by another renowned sect with an admirable master along with it. But in case you are unable to pass the trial, you will be disowned or the pavilion will demote you to trial disciple. JjangChan expresses great discomfort as the pavilion tried to kick him out once, but he rejected the claim. After his backstory, JjangChan clenches his hand and yells as he will complete his training this time as quitting halfway is not an option for him. After a few moments, the other disciples arrive and tease him for being a trial disciple and constantly mock him for being a loser and worthless. As their insults have an effect on him, the group leader proclaims to beat Kai up since it has been 5 days since they last had a fight. In the crowd, a new disciple claims that this is unfair as they are gaining up on a single weak disciple. The group leader shrugs him off and tells him to leave since he is not welcomed as well. After he leaves, Kai sits on the ground and starts meditating. Kai starts emitting blue aura and claims that this time the outcome will be different than last time. The gang leader insults Kai for being a coward as he is going to sit still and take the beating. After completing his meditation, Kai gets up as the other normal disciples ask Kai who is going to fight him. Kai throws a broom and it lands on a normal disciple named JjangChan, a disciple on the 5th stage of tempered body. All the other disciples call him a bastard as Zhu is going to have a lot of fun in this fight. The fight begins and Kai swoops in for the first punch. But Zhu, using his advanced combat ability, dodges all the attacks with ease. Zhou taunts Kai for using his long arm ability for offense as they are a lower level technique. Zhu then strikes a blow to Kai as he wants to knock him out in an instant. But Kai dodges his blow and proceeds to launch a punch at him. Zhu notices his trick and blocks his punch. Kai flies back as the impact of the punch is too powerful for his body. Zhu notices that Kai's speed and offensive ability are faster than his. But because of Kai's frail, weak body, he is the one taking damage right now. Otherwise, Zhu would have been the one on the ground. Zhu thanks Kai for letting him win, but his enthusiasm takes the best of him as he finds out that Kai has a reputation for never giving up. Zhu questions that the pavilion's rules mention that the fight doesn't end unless one of the fighters is left unconscious. Kai gets up again and commences forwards with a leg sweep. Zhu again blocks it and sends Kai flying, but he is still persistent as he orders him to attack again. This statement makes Zhu question why he agreed to fight this maniac. The fight continues for hours, making Zhou forcefully knock Kai out with a neck chop. Their fight ends and we are shown a mysterious figure on the tree, noting down Kai's fight as he fails to win this fight again. The girl mentions that she is from the High Heaven Pavilion's Dark Halls Task Force, and they are under the jurisdiction of the Third Elder to record all the current happenings inside the walls of the sect. She then shows a glimpse of Kai's current year record, and mentions that this is the 147th time that he has been defeated continuously. She further explains that this has never been done in the history of the High Heaven Pavilion. She further informs that if he continues to be this way, he will never be promoted from the trial disciple position and proceeds to call him a folly. After the fight, Kai wakes up under the tree and questions who was nice enough to drag him under the shade. Kai looks down and sees drag marks on the ground and comes to the conclusion that he was dragged here with his injured intake. Kai yells in agony as it would have been better if they had left him there because he is in even more pain now. Kai checks his pockets and acquires a blood-clotting cream, an expensive cream mainly used for treating wounds and injuries. Kai recalls that this item alone costs over 10 contribution points to purchase, and with his current duties, he would have to do a year's worth of sweeping to procure such an item alone. He takes a sniff at the medicine and finds its fragrance very appealing. Kai then accepts the kind deed as he promises to repay this deed in the future, even though he doesn't know who he or she is. After this, Kai goes back to his house and proceeds to apply the cream to his pathetic excuse of a body. After that, he goes to rest his body. While sleeping, his pillow starts glowing as he starts having a nightmare about him and Zhu. But this time he successfully defeats Zhu and claims that after this fight, he is not afraid of anything, even death. His nightmare ends, and Kai snaps out of bed as he never expects that he can get scared of a nightmare. He looks outside and notices that he had only been asleep for 2 hours and proceeds to tidy up his bed for further sleep. Kai comes across the black rock he had been sleeping on and questions, "What is this mysterious rock and why is it lighter than usual?" The rock then transforms into a black book and falls onto the ground. Kai opens the book and gets discouraged to see that it has nothing written inside it except for a prompt to subscribe to this channel. Kai recalls that he found this item while hunting in the mountains and kept it thinking that it would make a good neck pillow. As he questions what this book is, golden text starts to appear in the book. As Kai reads this, he quickly closes the book as he senses a dark aura coming from the text. Just out of curiosity, he opens the book again, and after carefully observing the text, he comes to the conclusion that this text might be related to the dream he had earlier. So, as our main protagonist, he chops off a piece of meat and performs the ritual written in the book. Moments later, the book starts to glow as a skeleton gets summoned from the book. Seeing this skeleton, he questions if this mere skeleton is mocking him and gets angry for this insult. He goes to grab the skeleton in order to teach him a lesson, but the roles reverse as the skeleton goes inside his body. The skeleton breaks all of his bones and forges it from within as Kai cries in agony. He proclaims that the golden mortal is trying to take his body to do evil deeds, prompting Kai to never bow down to his demise. But nothing happens, and Kai wonders what happened to him right now. He gets up and notices that his wounds have been healed, and his body doesn't feel pain anymore, as well as his sudden increase in strength. Kai wonders what happened since he is still the third stage disciple and looks for the book. After finding the book, he proclaims if the book has been made of soulstone, a dark magic catalyst that can only be created after the sacrifice of 100's human vitality. Kai remembers that this treasure can make him attain immense powers, making him easily take down any high-level pavilion masters or disciple. Kai then vows to protect this treasure as he can only gain more powers because of this. Kai starts meditating to circulate his aura. Suddenly something enters his mind, and the book mentions that this body is the tempered body records. In this, all the advanced and low-level moves are enlisted inside it. Kai then goes to sleep since he has only 2 hours to train his body every day, so he must begin his training tomorrow. The next morning, Kai wakes up on the break of dawn and starts his practice. But that is not helpful at first, since his body is not familiar with this intense pressure. Kai doesn't stop and continues his practice. After half an hour, he completes the training and gets the feeling of getting ranked up to the 4th stage. Kai starts celebrating as he took 3 years to get to the 3rd stage and only half an hour to rank up to the 4th stage. His excitement takes a downfall as he starts vomiting all the impurities in his body, a normal phenomena that happens after a disciple rank up. After getting the encouragement he needs, he starts his day with his cleaning duties. While sweeping, Kai wonders how he can gain more powers, even though he only has half an hour a day to train. Just then, another student tries to walk past him, but ends up getting knocked out simply by bumping into Kai. Surprised, Kai asks the student what happened. The student apologizes and runs off. Kai asks where he is going, and the student tells him he's heading to the contribution hall to get his points. Kai reviews his progress report and realizes he's only going to earn 4 contribution points this time, as he has lost all his fights in the past month. Despite this, he's still excited about claiming his points, feeling it's better than nothing. Eagerly, he heads to the hall and encounters the old man in charge, who appears to be lost in a rather inappropriate daydream. Kai tries not to interrupt him, but, feeling desperate, decides to wake him up. The old man, slightly annoyed at being disturbed from his dream, asks Kai why he's there. Kai explains he's come for his contribution points. The old man hands him 10 silver pieces and dismissively tells him to leave, doubting Kai could ever save enough points to exchange for a tempered essence pellet. Kai insists he will succeed, but the old man skeptically remarks that Kai won't live long enough to see that day. This prompts Kai to ask when the essence pellet became available in the contribution hall. The old man reveals it's his treasure and that he's the only one who knows of its existence, leaving Kai in shock. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more and enjoy another video popping up on your screen now. See you there.